Hello everyone, welcome back to TidyStat YouTube channel. In today's video, let me show you how to perform the independent samples t-test in SPSS. The independent samples t-test is a statistical test used to compare the means of two independent groups to determine if there is a statistically significant difference between them. And to perform this test, we need to match assumptions. First, the data within each group are independent and normally distributed. Second, the variances of the two groups are equal, or homogeneity of variances. When using SPSS to perform the independent samples t-test, you also get the Levene's test results. Levene's test evaluates whether the variances of the two groups are significantly different. If the p-value of Levene's test is greater than the chosen significance level, it concludes that there is no significant difference in variances between the groups, and the assumption of equal variances is not violated, or in this case, we will use equal variance case. If the p-value of Levene's test is less than the significance level, it concludes that there is a significant difference in variances between the groups. If the p-value of Levene's test is less than the significance level, it concludes that there is a significant difference in variances between the groups, and the assumption of equal variances may be violated. In this case, researchers may opt to use the Wells t-test, which doesn't assume equal variances, or in this case, we will use unequal variance case option. Here's how to interpret the p-value in the independent samples t-test considering both equal variance and unequal variance case. For equal variance case, if the p-value is less than the chosen significance level, we reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value is more than the chosen significance level, for example, we choose the significance level is 5% or 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We can conclude that there is not enough evidence to prove that there is a significant difference in means between the two groups. For an equal variance case, if the p-value is less than the chosen significance level, we reject the null hypothesis. We can conclude that there is a significant difference in mean between the two groups. If the p-value is more than the chosen significant level, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We can conclude that there is not enough evidence to prove that there is a significant difference in means between the two groups. And for the exercise, in the worksheet, we have 20 data of math scores of male and 22 data of math scores for female. Prove that there is a significant difference in the means of the math scores between the males and female. Let's move to the SPSS software, and you can see the first variable is the scale measurement variables that contain the math score of all student score. It contains the males and female scores. And at the second variable, this is the categorical variable that describes the math scores owner. You can see here at the gender variable, 1 is for male and 2 for female. To perform the independent samples t-test, go to Analyze, select Compare Means and Proportions, and then select Independent Samples t-test options. Click it, and you see a dialog box will appear on your screen, and select the variable that we want to analyze, transfer it to the test variable box, and at the grouping variable field, let's select the categorical variables that we use as a grouping variable. Select the gender variable and move it to the grouping variable field. After that, select the options field, and you can also determine the confidence interval percentage in this field. In this case, I'll just leave it for 95% on for missing values. You can select exclude cases, analysis by analysis, or exclude cases listwise. I'll choose the first option here and then click continue. And don't forget to set up the defines group options. Here, let's select 1 for group 1 and 2 for group 2. You can also diversify the data by using the cutting point options here, and if we already grouped the data by specific variable, I'll just use the specified values option. Click continue, and after that, click OK. Wait for a little bit, and congratulations, your independent samples t-test is already performed in SPSS. You have two output tables at the output window. The first one is the summary, and the second one is the result of the independent samples t-test. Let's interpret it one by one. At the group statistics table, you can see the mean math score for male is 69.70. Meanwhile, the mean math score for female is 84.55. On average, female have a higher math score compared to male students. The standard deviation of math scores for male student is 5.975. Meanwhile, the standard deviation for female is 9.2. It indicates that the standard deviation for female student is larger than for male students, indicating greater variability in female student scores. The standard error of the mean for male is 1.336. Meanwhile, for female is 1.971, indicating less precision in estimating for population mean for female due to larger variability in their scores. Let's move to the independent samples test output. You can see here, SPSS provides two sections of the output. The first one is the Levene's test for equality of variances, and the second one is the t-test for equality of means. For the Levene's test output, we can see at the equal variances assumed row, the p-value is 0.058. So, the p-value is more than the significance level. Remember, our significance level is 5% or 0.05. It means that we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We can conclude that there is no significant difference in variances between the groups or between the males and females, and the assumption of equal variances is not violated. In this case, we will use this equal variances case to determine the t-test result. Let's move to the next section so we can get the conclusion and the interpretations of this independent samples t-test. At the significance column, we can see the p-value that we obtain from this test. This is SPSS provide for one-sided and two-sided, or usually we call it for one-tailed test and two-tailed test. Both of these tests obtain the p-value for less than 0.01. It means that the p-value is less than the significance level. The significance level is 5% or 0.05. We can conclude that we reject the null hypothesis. It means that there is a significant difference of the mean between the males and females of the math score, and the mean difference is minus 14.854. That's how you perform the independent samples t-test in SPSS. See you in another video.